welcome to the deep dive. We've gathered quite a bit of source material just for you today,
That's right.
and we're going to unpack what it tells us about a platform called Leadsleap.
Yep. These documents cover, the basics, what it is, the tools, how it supposedly works, pricing, benefits. It's all in there.
So our job today is really to sift through all this and pull out the key nuggets, the things you really need to know, sticking strictly to what these sources say about Leadsleap.
And it looks like a core theme, or maybe a question running through this material, is whether you can genuinely build an online business with their system.
Maybe even for free.
That seems to be a big part of the pitch, yeah. So, according to the sources, Leadsleap is positioned as, well, a platform offering both marketing tools and traffic.
Okay, tools and traffic. And it's not new, right? The source says established back in 2008.
Yeah, 2008. So it's been operating for what, over 15 years now?
All right. And who are these sources saying it's for? It seems like a broad list. Online marketers, people looking for opportunities.
Those needing traffic specifically, but also beginners, looking for simple ways to maybe make some money online.
And budding marketers needing free tools to sort of build things up.
Exactly. And even team leaders are mentioned, needing more advanced tools for managing their groups.
It's interesting how the source presents it as covering such a wide range, from like total newbie to someone established.
And a huge part of that picture, based on this material, seems to be the tools they offer, especially the free ones.
Right. This seems key, especially if you're watching costs. The sources list several free tools. There's traffic, described as human, not bot traffic.
Okay.
An autoresponder tool for building email lists. Page builder, pop-up creator.
And a link tracker.
Wow.
And the free versions have limits, like 10 lists, 10 pages, 10 pop-ups, 199 trackers.
Yeah, but the source does stress that hosting for these is included, which is significant.
Definitely. And that link tracker, it's called the Real Tracker. The source makes a pretty specific claim about it, saying it's the world's first that can apparently track how long someone surfs after clicking a third-party link. And, importantly, detect if the visit is actually human.
That's a bold claim. And the sources also throw in that there are 5 ways to potentially make money, even as a free member, some described as super easy.
Okay, so how does the traffic part actually work? According to these documents, they mention a traffic coop network.
Right. The idea seems to be that member ads get shown across thousands of other networks, leading to views and traffic.
And the earning side seems tied to that, an earn-as-you-surf system, paying members based on the time they spend looking at ads inside Leadsleap.
Interesting. So the big benefit pushed in the sources is building an online business, potentially at zero cost, using those free tools.
Yeah, they use the free Autoresponder as an example, saying, and I quote here from the material, "You'll never lose your list due to missed payments."
Which is a real concern if you're paying monthly for list hosting elsewhere.
Exactly. And the sources also say you don't strictly need your own website or hosting initially. You can build and host pages, lists, pop-ups right there.
Okay, got it. So moving on from the tools, what about membership and pricing? How's that laid out in the source material?
Well, the main thing they emphasize is a lifetime free membership offer. That's front and center.
Lifetime free. But there's a paid option.
Yes, a pro membership. The sources state it's $27 a month, and they specifically claim no other upsell beyond that.
Okay, $27 flat. And the pro benefits listed are things like ads shown 24/7 without needing credits.
Right, and unlimited lists, pages, pop-ups, access to more advanced stuff like setting up email series, a PDF link rebrander tool.
But upgrading is 100% optional, according to the text.
Explicitly optional, yes. The material even tries to answer that why free question.
What's the catch question?
Exactly. It compares it to Google offering free tools, the idea being advertisers want to reach the marketers using the free services, hoping they'll eventually support the platform, but it's not forced.
Makes sense. What about the actual experience using it? Support. Newbie friendliness.
The sources mention a side-by-side tutorial system designed so you can follow steps without leaving the page you're working on.
That sounds helpful.
And here's a specific detail. The claim that the founder, Kenneth Ko, personally answers all support tickets.
Wow, okay. That's unusual if true. What about ease of use for beginners?
Well, the sources seem to acknowledge some mixed feedback there. Some apparently find it super easy. Others feel overwhelmed at first.
Mhm.
They use this analogy like learning to drive a Lamborghini. Complex initially, maybe, but manageable once you use the guides. And it says detailed step-by-step guides are available.
So maybe the complexity just comes from having a lot of features packed in.
That seems to be the implication. And finally, the sources do include some user testimonials or claims.
Like what? Any specifics?
Yeah, things like getting quality traffic, payments always on time. One saying it has all the free tools and advertising platforms any newbie can dream of. Others mention seeing surprising opt-in results after going pro, feeling the owner cares, viewing it as an absolute alternative to many expensive tools, and crucially, that traffic is included.
All right. So to wrap up, based purely on this source material we've looked at, Leadsleap comes across as this long-standing platform since 2008, offering a mix of free and paid marketing tools, ways to get traffic, and ways to potentially earn money, aimed at a pretty wide spectrum of online marketers.
Yeah, the sources definitely present it as a comprehensive option, giving you the tools and the traffic all in one place.
So given that the source material highlights this really broad set of tools, especially the robust free options, but also notes it can feel overwhelming,
Yeah,
here's something to think about.
okay.
What does this source material really suggest about the effort involved? Not just having the tools, but truly mastering them to successfully build an online business using a platform like this.
Yeah.
Is just having access enough?